I have one more video that I wish to share today, on the same day that I've recorded several videos. I'm trying to keep them short so that it's not going on and you guys are stuck in your corners trying to listen to my videos if you're enjoying what I have to share and what I'm saying. What I want to talk about now is a question I think many people actually ask. My husband actually asked just a few days ago, what is the point? That very, very question. I remember sitting down behind my computer and typing, what is the point? And I typed my entire mental argument down on not quite paper, but on the computer, on a Word document. And what is the point? I ranted and raved because what is the point? We get up in the morning, we go have our breakfast, we have our coffees, we do what we do, we go to work, we fetch the children, take them to school. Everything is the same routine over and over and over again. What is the point? What are we actually trying to achieve? This is to say, if you've gotten to the point of asking, what is the point? The point is the point, I will tell you. That is it. The point is the point. Keep it simple, keep it super simple. But the point can also be very big, because everything in life is taking you a step closer to where we're going, wherever that is that we're going. Everybody wants to get to the end of the road, so we're all rushing to achieve the big house and the expensive stove and the expensive fancy whatevers and the fancy cars, if that is your modus operandi. I stopped thinking that way a long time ago. I'm not entirely sure what I'm exactly after right now. I can tell you. Material became an issue in my life. I landed up with nothing. A whole lot of stuff. If you can see my background, that's not even a taste. That's just a taste. I have a whole lot of stuff, but I don't believe I have much. But what I do have is heart. I do have my mind. I do have my children. I do have my family. And I do have so much love to give and love that I want to share. But for me, the point became that, is that you wake up every morning and what is today going to bring? For me, it's a new day. It's a new day, and where's it going to take me? My routines have actually fallen by the wayside. Of course, you need to still wake up. You need to go to the bathroom. You have to shower. You have to brush your teeth. As a human being, you still need to nurture yourself and look after yourself. So there's that point, okay? I'm in this vehicle. I'm traveling this earth. I don't know where I'm going, and I don't know what I'm actually meant to be achieving. So let's just get up and face this day. How you choose to face your day is another point. Are you going to choose it and go, well, it's all just sludge. We're just going to go from sludge to sludge and drag our feet, go to work, hate our work, or do you love your work? And move on to the next thing. You don't know what conversations are going to come through your day, but you can decide, is it going to be a crappy day or are you going to have a beautiful day? I'm not sure I'll wake up saying today's going to be a good day every day. I haven't gotten to that point yet myself. However, I get up and go, what is today going to bring? Sometimes it's a conscious thought, sometimes not. So I'll own that. But I can tell you that the point is the point. If life is changing, there's something and somewhere that you're going. You don't always have to know where you're going. In the old days, as I want to say, when we were growing up, or in the 1920s, you got up, you did what you did, you went to school, you get yourself an education, and you go and you get into that job that you keep for 60 years, 40, 45 plus years. You work until you're 65, then you retire, and then you come home and you're like, okay, now what do I do? Some people have been creative with that. Some people don't. Some people stopped. And that killed them more than anything else because they hadn't planned for being creative. I've learned through my little 51 years of life that you actually never get there. Well, for me, every plan I've planned, I have this life that every plan I've planned never planned out. They never played out. It's like crash and burn. I've managed to find patterns in my life, but they're kind of short-lived. I feel like I've lived lifetimes within this lifetime. That's how my life has gone. Other people have managed to get their qualifications and they work with their world. I had a friend I went to school with who loved to bake and do home economics. She became a home economics teacher. She bakes her whole life, and that's what she does, and she's got a beautiful life. Another friend of mine in Australia, she's got a beautiful life. She became a PR events coordinator person. I'm not entirely sure exactly what she does, but she does fabulous. She travels the world. She's always going on holiday. And I'm so happy for her. For me, I find happiness in people's achievements. I love helping people to find a way, and it's so great to actually help people, give them advice, and actually see that they've found their way forward. I don't do jealousy, I don't think. I try and give advice and then leave it with people and not get upset by the advice I might have given. And if they took it, they took it. If they don't, they don't. People have choices. That's me, how I think, how I understand life. Mine hasn't gone according to my plans, and I don't know why. And wherever it's going, and maybe I'll find my way or have my legacy that I wish to leave behind before I leave this earth. So I hope I've got a good 30 plus years ahead of me yet, and I hope I get to share a lot with many of you people out there. That is my journey. The point is you get up, and what do you do with your day? Life comes at you, the curveballs come at you, people come at you. Are you going to take your anxiety to another level? Are you going to bring your anxiety down? Are you going to ease it over? Are you going to learn from what somebody's coming into your life with? Why have they stepped into your world? People have stepped into your world for a reason. And if it's for you to judge them, then that's what your day is. I'm judging this person and I'm seeing this. I'm helping to see, processing what they're doing. Am I going to focus my life on them, or am I going to focus on me focusing on them? Why am I focusing on them? That is the point. The point is people are coming, life is coming at you. What are you going to do with it? How creative can you be with your day? How creative can you be with your life? Where are you going to take the project you are working with? How far is anything going to go? You have children. Your children are going to do what your children do in life. I can't even say to you this and that and that. There's no rigidity in my life. It is what it is. What happens comes, I take and I deal in the moment. You can have an all fall down with your day, or it can be a build up, beautiful day. When life gets overwhelming, do you stop, breathe, take a step back and say, okay, I'm not dealing with this right now, and be open with people and say, I'm not doing this now. Let's park it. We'll come back to it later when the timing is better. Or do you get into it there, right then and there, and you're going to turn it into a huge story, or you're going to be able to debrief in the moment? All needs to happen. Every single moment of your day is the point. What do you do with it? So in my rantings, I believe that's what I came down to. And I tried to say that to my husband the other day, and I'm sure he was rolling his eyes at me and going, what? You know, but you have days where you just feel you're going from a sludgy moment to the next sludgy moment. You've heard my story. We all have different ways of processing what we do in our days. When it starts getting boring and you want to make a change, make a change. There's nothing stopping you from making your change. If someone says to you, you can't, you have the right, every right, to turn around and say, I can, and I will find a way forward. It doesn't have to be disastrous. You can do it in a gentle way, or you can do it in an explosive way. That is your choice. What you need to understand, though, is every movement you make is going to have a consequence. Every reaction has a reaction, has a reaction, has a reaction. What you do is going to create the next reaction for you to react, for them to react, for conversations to come. What you say is going to make someone think. The conversation is going to come back. It's a tennis game wherever you go, in every scenario that you work. What are you going to do with it? Live Smart Foundation is here to help with the point. So email me, livesmartfd@gmail.com, and we can discuss it further. Tell me, question, let me help you find a way forward. Let's bring our groups together. Let's turn it into a community, being able to converse and communicate with each other to help make the points more real, help make the points happen, help make it more fun. Let's find our way forward and see where it takes us. You never know where our lives are going to take us from one day to the next. That is the point.